It's time for a March Madness update with Matt Mosley.
It was one of the best coaching jobs John Calipari has ever done until it wasn't. It is Matt Mosley for the E Radio Network. Big announcements coming soon. More on that. But first, Arkansas Razorbacks make a great run to the Sweet 16. And up until the time there were 4.5 minutes left on Thursday night, it looked like they would make it to the Elite Eight. But the Texas Tech Red Raiders erased a 13-point deficit, came rolling back and won the game in overtime. And Razorback fans today are left questioning everything. Again, a tremendous run, especially after the 0-5 start to conference, 1-6 start. And then here come the Razorbacks. Calipari overall ended up doing a tremendous job this year. But everyone will be talking about what happened in San Francisco last night, and for good reason. After just tremendous work by Carter Knox, Trevin Brazile late. Adu was tremendous rim running and rim protecting, and so many great performances from the Razorbacks. They couldn't get it done in the end, and despite DJ Wagner having some brilliant moments in this game, like he's had for much of his young career, it did not work out for Arkansas. And I would say that the biggest question on everybody's mind when it comes to what happened down the stretch and what happened in overtime is that when Texas Tech's Darian Williams made the shot that put the Red Raiders up 2 with about 7.5 seconds left, Arkansas certainly had a timeout there they could have used immediately. And then even with about 4 seconds left, right over there in front of the bench, Calipari could have taken a timeout. He let the play continue to unfold. I think a lot of coaches do that. I don't think it's the craziest decision ever, except for, as he admitted, now knowing the outcome, he would have preferred the timeout. And in the chaos of it, they really didn't get any sort of play. Wagner tried to create on his own, and Elijah Hawkins for Texas Tech did a great job on his on-ball defense. In fact, at the end of regulation, on a play that Calipari thought his player was bumped, it ended up looking like pretty good defense. I know a lot of Razorback fans are upset about the end of the game in a lot of areas, but right now, Calipari, I think with time, they'll look back and go, hey, tremendously positive first season for John Calipari. He'll reload like he always does. He'll bring in portals, players. He'll bring in tremendous freshmen. It's what he does. Now, he does it differently than he did at Kentucky because he does have older players on the roster. John L. Davis, just a tremendous game for the Razorbacks, 30 points. Great shooting, and again, it just feels like on a night when so many threes were falling, when so much right happened, to forfeit that lead, to play so great for about 35 minutes, and then let the thing get away from you late. Just tough to stomach for Razorbacks. And we'll see. I think in the coming days there'll be some perspective with this, and everybody will look back on this run fondly with great wins over Kansas and St. John's, and really had Texas Tech on the ropes and just let them come rolling back. Calipari, in some ways, this typifies his career. Unbelievable what he's done, but this one, much like, what happened to him late in the national championship game years ago against Kansas when he was at Memphis, some of the Kentucky losses over the years, these things tend to happen to him, and we'll see if he can bounce back. But this was a devastating loss for the Razorbacks after what was, I think, a very successful first season for John Calipari. Now the Texas Tech Red Raiders advance, and of course they will have to, face a tremendous Florida team, and it's unlikely they will win. It's probably unlikely Arkansas would have won, but at least Arkansas, of course, would have known that opponent. and known that coach. And again, it's really too bad it happened this way. Now, the Matt Mosley Show is coming soon to the E-Radio Network. Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, large parts of those states. You'll hear the Matt Mosley Show. It'll happen Monday through Friday at 5 o'clock. You'll hear all your favorite national shows. And then, of course, the Mosley Show will be in there, and we'll have all the latest. We'll have unbelievable interviews. In fact, today I'm speaking with Grant McCaslin, who is headed to the Elite Eight, and you'll be treated to a lot of those interviews. We're so excited to share more of this with you on the E-Radio Network. But until next Friday, when we roll out that first show, I am Matt Mosley for the E-Radio Network.
This has been a March Madness Update with Matt Mosley on E-Radio Network.